Where's your motivation? Yes, it's me, Vergil from the Devil May Cry series. Well, I'm going to do a bit of an April Fool's stream. One of the things, however, was that I didn't get some of the stuff prepared in time. So I was going to, and I'm gonna maybe have to do this instead. Throw just a picture of Vergil up on the screen in the bottom right corner, unless I can somehow figure this out. Let's see. Let's see if I can figure this out in time. I reckon that maybe I can find some way of doing this more easily, you know? So, let's try find some stuff. It is quite peculiar. Everything that goes on April Fools is always so unexpected, to say the least. I can never tell what's gonna happen, and I always feel like it's quite an event for basically everything and everyone. Because when you look at all of the gacha games and all of just the games and everything that have, I don't know, some kind of April Fool's event, it's always so high quality, you know? It's really high quality, genuinely. So I'm not entirely sure. So many different games and so many different franchises do something wacky for April Fools, and I feel like I'm doing mine last minute with what I'm preparing, because yes, I'm gonna try stream this entire thing today with just my Vergil impression. But will it be any good? I don't know. We'll have to find out. I'm still trying to find out how to do this thing that I'm intending for here. But I can't exactly find it. Maybe it's one of the transition buttons. I don't know. I'm trying. Oh wait. Maybe? No. Okay. Never mind. I'm just gonna have to shift over. Wait. Here. Maybe this works. Okay. Change this, and then we've got. Wait. There we go. This could work. This could work. I just need to make this default. Oh, and then it replaced everything. Why would it do that? Does this work? Whoa. Okay, maybe this will just have to be my impromptu. It's me, Vergil, from the Devil May Cry series. And hopefully that doesn't sound too much like, oh wait, no, I haven't transitioned. Okay. Vergil from the Devil May Cry series. Where's your motivation? Today we're going to be playing card games. Perhaps for the entirety of today. I'm not sure what's in store for us. But we'll just have to see, won't we? Where are my volume controls? Where are my volume controls? Has Dante hidden them from me? I can't seem to find them. This must be the work of a devil's power. Now I will, oh, it's over there. Wait, now I need to swap over my video game audio. Hello, Silent Scythe. Welcome. Oh, am I... Wait, I nearly shared the screen of my volume mixer. That doesn't make much sense. Whoa, would you look at this? It's Chaos Zero Nightmare with your favorite VTuber, Vergil from the Devil May Cry series. Excluding my brother, of course. I don't want him on stream with me. I think he would try to hog the spotlight if I brought him on, and that would not make for any entertainment for anyone. Instead, you came to watch me play, didn't you? Well,
I suppose so. Now, where do we begin? Perhaps we start with a regular chaos run. I'm, deliberating between myself and I whether or not a chaos run is in store for us. I don't think I can do a tier 15. It is simply out of my power. Might need more power, but I can't do this with my really terrible deck. The big boys are here. Indeed, to break Daddy's little curse, we just have to shed more blood. More of yours than mine, of course. Otherwise, there's not much point to this. Also, does it? Yes, maybe this does work. Okay. Yes, we will. That's a Metal Gear Rising Revengeance reference. Cast aside those foolish pursuits. Instead, today is all about Devil May Cry and Devil's Weeping. The man in the mirror nods his head. I don't get that reference. All of my poetry has led me to nothing after all of this. I will have to read some more later. Yes, meant to play a little bit of Chaos Zero Nightmare, we will pick the most apt of characters. I think I will pick Range. That kind of makes sense. Also, just realized that I had my music playing in the background. Foolishness, Dante, foolishness. Might controls everything. You do not know of this devil's power. Perhaps he looks quite devilish looking, Cassius does. Who else? Who else will join me in vanquishing some demons? Replace where is your motivation with where are your pants? How dare you? Where are your pants? And without strength, you can't protect anything, let alone yourself. Where are your pants? More as they say in, where was it? The United Kingdom? Perhaps they might be a non-United Kingdom by the end of this. I refuse. Where are your pants? Virgin Slayer 27. That's not my username. I would never pick that. I would much rather pick Vergil XX underscore Demon Slayer Son of Sparta, rather than pick something as lame as that. Surely you jest with me, Dante. You're making a fool of myself. Holy milkers? What do you mean? What is this lingo? I don't understand. Perhaps we will pick... Yes, she's wielding a big sword. I think this makes for a good composition. Yet another one of these tricks that Dante might have played on me. This is all in pursuit of my power. I must make sure that I... well... train to become more powerful. What do you mean, holy milk cannons? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't help me beat Dante. How dare you? What are you talking about? Quit your quabbling and your quarrel. We're going to be training for our encounter with Dante later on. This card art looks suspicious, like a child has drawn it all. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter. This game is made for kids. Perhaps we shall increase the damage amount, increase more power. No, Dante, you will not have my white monster energy drinks. I need them for more power. Where are your pants? Why are you undressing? Put those clothes back on. It's distracting me from my mission. My mission to become more powerful than Dante. Man, to beat up my son, Nero. If I can beat him, then I can beat Dante. Surely that's how it works. Well, seeing Vergil play Chaos Zero Nightmare instead of paying child support is the highlight of my day. My have no child. My don't care much for children. If you're speaking of Nero, well, I've got a beating in store for him later. But, well, perhaps I will enjoy this game of Chaos Zero Nightmare. After all, the storm that is approaching is me. Provoking. After all. Maybe, just maybe, this will help improve my strategy whenever I decide to fight him in armed combat. Vergil is the type of person to play rhythm games. Wrong! I'm playing strategy games. After all, rhythm doesn't help you when strategy doesn't exist. How else are you meant to trump Dante? Surely you're leading me astray with such awful advice. Where are your pants? Vergil is the type of person to shake his head when he sees kids having fun outside. They're not training, first of all. Second of all, they're not powerful. With one punch, I can simply render a child immobile. Now, let me demonstrate the extent of my power. Watch this. I will play this card, and it will attack him twice. Then, I will add protection and end my turn. You simply could not do this without enough power. Imagine this. You're a child on a playground, and I walk up to you, and I draw my blade, Yamato, from its sheath, and I say, "Show me your moves," as Captain Falcon would say. Kids know that character, surely. Listen to me, you little punk. When you fight Dante, sweep the legs. Avoid the woman in red dresses. Also, get rid of that ascot. It makes you look like a nerd. Yes, me would say something like that. I would say something like that. That makes much more sense. Vergil is the type of person that reaches into a stroller and steals the lollipop from a toddler. It was promised to me years ago by the child's mother. After all, only power can protect you from my thieving hands that will steal your lollipop. I simply do not think that that child was powerful enough. Let it be a lesson that if you are a baby, you must become more powerful. Otherwise, I will steal your candy. There will be no peace while I'm around, especially not with Dante. I must become stronger than him. I've yet to give up on that. I never will, and I will also cause a sixth sequel in my efforts to become stronger. You have my word. Where are your pants? Again, where are your... wait, no. It's actually 5 minutes already. Where's your motivation? Vergil is the type of person to order one of everything and refuse to pay when they hand him the check. It was promised to me. They made the food. What are they gonna do? Uncook it? Surely not. That would be a joke. And if they were powerful enough, then I wouldn't have to take it from them. Maybe then they'll learn their lesson. Don't give food to strangers. Yes, except I'm not a stranger, I'm a regular. They might not know this, but... well, burgers with onions are actually my favorites. Dante doesn't quite like olives on his pizza. Well, I don't like olives on my burger. I guess that makes sense. We are twins, but I refuse to accept him as a twin. But he's also a twin of mine. One of them, at least. You've yet to see the other one. He's in the 6th game, which releases next year. This is all a promotional video for Devil May Cry 6, coming to theaters near you. It will be an ARG experience where you get to play the game in the cinema with everyone else. It's a 4D experience. Nothing like you've ever experienced, that is. Where's your motivation? I do have to use that as a bit of a grounding. Otherwise, I forget how to do the voice. Not that I would ever forget to be myself, aka Vergil, the Demon Slayer. Well, no, the son of Sparta, but you get what I mean. I slay demons as well, and I will defeat Dante. Either way, I guess he is a demon, so that makes me a slayer of demons. How Nero came about, however, I'm not really sure. Either way, it would be foolishness. Where is Auger? I know not of who you speak of. This is Vergil's channel. Do not mention the man beginning with D and ending with Ante. That's another topic for another time. I'm currently in my training arc in order to become more powerful so that I can beat Dante. Wait, I said his name. The man beginning with D and ending with Ante. Him. I will ensure that he never sees the light of day, much less a win in the future. I will become more powerful. Through my ability to progress through strategy games, I will become much more stronger. Stronger than anyone could have hoped. Well, stronger than I could have hoped, because I'm already immeasurably strong. As they say, if you want to steal candy from a baby, you beat him up. The baby, that is, not the candy. Rip, we never liked him anyway. Long live Vergil. Exactly. Long live Vergil. But also give credit to Auger because he allowed you to show to the stream in the first place. He's giving me a time slot, which is today and only today. Maybe you should be thankful. However, where's your motivation? Speaking of strategy games, perhaps this will improve my combat abilities. Who's to say? Vergil is the type of person to use lavender fabric softener? No, I'm not. I much prefer the menthol scent of mint. It makes for a much more pleasant aroma and gets rid of the blood stench that the demons seem to spill. Have you ever fought multiple Impusas and ended up getting a bunch of red orbs on your coats? I don't think so. It's really difficult to get off of my coats. Why do you think you don't see me for the entirety of Devil May Cry 4 until the beginning and at the very end? It's because those damn Impusas keep getting their red orbs on my coats. It's really difficult. Menthol is about the only thing that could yes, it's the only thing that could mask it. I see, Vergil likes waifus. Well, if you temper your mind and your spirits, not only will your body and your combat abilities improve, but you'll also be able to defeat Dante without distraction. Picture this. You're playing a game with a bunch of anime girls on your screen. Now, picture this. One of them is attractive. Now, picture this. You can't stop looking. Not me. I would never submit myself to that. I would never allow my gaze to wander, especially not from a duel. Therefore, I learned to fight without having to look at hot anime women. That's why I train, playing anime women anime games. Now you know why it's so important that I must defeat Dante. This is how I become more powerful. You're just not aware of all of the abilities and all of the stratagems to becoming stronger because you're weak. You're weak, and you won't ever be able to steal candy from a baby. What is with those reactions? What are those emojis that you're posting? You shouldn't be posting that in my channel. He is kind of good at this. What do you mean, kind of good at this? I am Vergil. I am Vergil from the Devil May Cry series. Coming soon, Devil May Cry 6, next summer. Imagine this, or at least picture this. Your motivation, gone. What do? Of course, you played Devil May Cry, but you made a mistake and you didn't buy my DLC, meaning that you have to play as Dante. Where's your devil's power? Not there. You didn't pay for the DLC, which means that you can no longer play as Vergil, meaning you can't become powerful. You're weak. You're Futility in attempting to play as Dante will keep you weak as well. Using Royal Guard will keep you weak. You should be playing Vergil on Dante Must Die mode. It's called that not because Vergil dies, but because Dante does. It only makes sense after all. I would never die, nor do devils cry. It rhymes, therefore it's true. Speaking of, how is everyone? That's how a streamer does it, right? Well, after a long day of fighting demons, I am now resorting to yet again practicing and becoming more powerful. So, sorry, your brother is the charismatic one. You made a spelling mistake, a grave error in my presence. You do not possess a demon's power. I must disqualify you from this. You're the cool one, though. Yes, I am. Now I agree with you. As I was saying, this is unbecoming of me. What's the word? Undisqualified. Is that even a word? They should make it a word. Why doesn't the dictionary or Oxford Dictionary include this? This must be the work of Dante. He removed the word from the dictionary as I used it incorrectly. Now I know. As I was saying, you have been qualified. That's really difficult to do. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Lol, heyo. Hello, welcome to Vergil's stream. Today, we're not playing Devil May Cry, we're improving my stratagems for whenever I fight Dante in yet another duel. Why are you doing this again? Why? This is actually gonna hurt my voice. That's what it sounds like. There, finally. You'll just have to put up with that one. It's actually really difficult to do that in this voice. I can't believe you would do that to me. Where's your dignity? Not here, it seems. We got Vergil here today? Yes, welcome to the Vergil channel. Also under the name Augerrondel, because he gave me his channel. He was so kind to make sure that I could be streaming today. He set aside this slot, this time slot of this hour for me to play. Lol, hee hee hee. Why are you laughing like anime girls in my chats? Man up. Stop it. Activate your devil trigger. Bang, bang, bang. Pull your devil trigger now. Stop. You are not schoolgirls. You're devil demon slayers or whatever you want to call yourselves. Though surely you're not nearly as powerful as me. Unless you think you can take me on. Maybe a devil's power will waken aside. Never mind, this streaming thing is difficult. Maybe a devil's power will awaken inside you as well. Pull D trigger? What do you mean by this? Can someone explain? How does that make sense? Pull the D, Vergil? You're gonna have to explain to me what a D is. Do you mean D as in devil? I slay those. If you've not got anything better to say, then you may as well change what your words are. Vergil Ra, why did you clip that? This is foolish scum. Now I know what kind of ineptitude I'm dealing with. Perhaps you should find yourself leaving this stream if you make clips of me like that. That makes no sense. You make a mockery of all the demons of Sparta, the sons of Sparta especially, and me. You would never do this to my face, yet here you are, behind the screen, taunting me. If you were to do this in real life, I'd show you a true demon's power. Perhaps I shall throw you in with the Impusas and see if you could deal with them. Surely not. All human is reduced to red mist within their wake. Yet me, I stand because I am not human. Bruh, I'm dying. Ha ha ha. You at least don't sound like an anime girl, so I'll let this pass this time. You would do well to learn from me and my stratagems. My true power is gluttony. Try me. Well, how about I roll you down some stairs in that case? Surely your blubber belly won't be able to support your weight. After long enough, those red orbs will consume you. He's gonna pull the D trigger. Be careful. What is this D trigger that you keep mentioning? Why do you keep bringing it up? It makes no sense. Rah! Whoa! You can't keep doing this to me. I can't swap. I accidentally minimized the game. That was a quick draw. I sheathed Yamato and unsheathed it before you could even notice. That's why the screen went black. Now you know, but it's a secret technique that I've yet to show Dante. I can keep doing it? Well, unless I disable the point rewards. Watch this. As I go in here. Well, would you look at that? Using my devil power, I was able to disable the point reward. Now, what are you? Powerless. That is because you rely on external forces to be able to exert your power. Mine, on the other hand, is all the power of a demon. Let me introduce you to another demon of gluttony. His name is Big Jimmy. He's a force to be reckoned with. Now you're spouting nonsense. This sounds like something Dante put you up to. I don't want you mentioning that name here. How dare you bring this into this chat? Be gone, demon. You've become scum underneath my boots. Now I'll have to wipe off all of the red orbs you've left on my coat with some menthol-scented detergent. How does that make you feel? Weak? Powerless? Sad? Well, it should. All of the above. It will make you feel all of those things and wallow in despair as I remove what little ounce of power you had. Now you'll see the true meaning of a devil's power. With this, I will move dark mist to my hand. Imagine this is you. You are this enemy, the elemental spirit on the right. Watch as I reduce you to a red mist. Wah! You're gone. Replace I or Vergil with Ra? How dare you? Ah! Would never do that. Ah! This is really gonna hurt my voice if I do that. Oh no. Okay, well, now that you've made your point clear, I'm going to refund your points for that one. That one's actually really evil. Met review requests? Let's see. Here, reject. No longer do I have to do that challenge. I reject it. Yes, that's how I solve this. Using my devil's power. I can reject your requests. Now you're unable to request what you want of me. Oh, did you see the announcement about Mikami Shinji teaming up with Shift Up for a new title? I'm not Aug. Who is this Aug you speak of? Address me as Vergil, or die. But yes, I did see that. I thought it was an April Fool's joke, but perhaps I missaw. Everything today is quite difficult to decipher. I like to put this or chalk this up to the antics of Dante again. Though I can't say for sure I know who this Mikami Shinji is. Unfortunately, his name eludes me. Could you perhaps enlighten this demon with what or who he is? So you're aware, I do have to drink. Yes, rip my voice. That was exactly what I was about to say. I do have to drink a lot of water. I'm like an AI built to, well, use Vergil's voice. But I am Vergil. Let's get one thing straight. Don't mistake me for some kind of fake demon like Nero. I am the real Vergil. However, my voice will hurt by the end of this, so we'll just have to see how long a devil's power can hold up, or whether you will submit within time. Watch as I woo with my power. This perhaps isn't going so well. Perhaps I will find better luck performing other stratagems. This situation seems to not be so much in my favor as it does the enemy's. I believe this is another one of Dante's antics put up to the test. Oh, that's... never mind. This game does not make sense. Fine, I suppose I'll play this card. I have to let you know that it is really difficult to keep track of what I'm doing on screen while I'm doing this little bit. So anyways, not that this is a bit or anything, but actually I'm the real Vergil. I have an important announcement to make. Devil May Cry 6 will be released next year if you donate $30,000 to my personal PayPal. Not that this is a scam or anything. This was because I need more detergent to clean my coats using menthol detergent. It's actually really important that I get this. I must look my best when I enter in Devil May Cry 6 after all. So you know, I do get a new outfit as well. But if you want to be able to unlock the extra skins, then you're gonna have to pay for the deluxe edition. And because of that, I need that detergent. You're saying that a demon washed these clothes? Yes, I am. Now you know what it takes to create a Devil May Cry game. Wow, what a pretty lady on the main menu. Not that I'm distracted whatsoever. Apparently, it seems that I have some dailies to do, but perhaps we swap. I've had enough of this game. It decided that I wasn't worthy. It was too weak to handle this demon's power. Instead, we move on to... Wait, I must transition, but now I need to go back to the idle screen so that you don't see the transition. Hurry up. The game is loading. I'm sorry that this is taking so long. I'm simply too fast. Let's see, graphics. Okay, it's at 1080p. Now game audio will be this one. Yes, you may think it trivial to be playing card games, but I assure you, this is all for the sake of strategy and defeating Dante. Now you know what it takes to create a whoops. Scratch that. Don't clip that. Now you know what it takes to make up a demon's power. Slay the Spire 2. I'm just changing categories now so everyone knows. Today, we'll be playing which one seems the most me. Perhaps the Ironclad or the Silent makes most sense. Yes. I think the Silent makes sense, maybe. No, that's a woman. Vergil would never stoop to such a folly. This is literally me, can't you see? He's literally me. Would I... Fury to my deck. Who needs HP? I simply won't get hit. Brand and Impervious. Why do I play block cards? Well, so I don't die. That makes sense. Lose 1 HP, exhaust 1 card, and gain strength. That's not half bad. Maybe. Now, which route shall I go? Knowing my expertise as a demon slayer, and a son of Sparta, first and foremost, perhaps I go down this path. This path won't be able to handle my power, and therefore, I will be able to triumph. Let's see. I will brand my Impervious, because I don't think they'll be able to defeat me. Then I will strike where they least expect it. I will attack their weak points, ensuring that they stand no chance of survival. Now, I can remove him, causing the other slug to be stunned. Through that, I am able to... Oh, never mind. Now he's gonna attack. This has put me in quite the precarious situation. Something Dante would have put me through. Instead, I will focus all of my energy on attacking. Who needs to defend? When you can kill. Remove him from my sight. Now, with the extra gold that I earned, I can perhaps visit the store, if that so pleases me. Well, my voice is going to go by the end of this. Whoops. I just had to drink a little bit there. I'm like an AI who has to drink a couple of liters every time I do this in order to prompt me correctly. Gain 2 strength, and the enemy gains 1 strength? Why would I let an enemy become more powerful? Only I should become more powerful. It makes no sense. I can use this here. It doesn't exactly matter since I'm trying to prevent damage and exhaust my deck. Then I can exhaust one of my strike cards, play a defend, and bash. This makes for the perfect play. Yes, it all makes sense now. If I play these... does this make sense? I think so. See how I was able to outwit the enemy with ease? Well, that's simply because my stratagems are stronger than you believe. Stone armor's pretty good, actually. That means that I can survive more and longer. Gain 2 maximum HP? Don't mind if I do. How many times can I do this? An infinite amount? They would allow a devil to become infinitely powerful? Yes, it seems so. They don't know what they've brought upon themselves. Here, we can use some stone armor in order to produce more armor for later. More block for later. And then we can activate 2 of these because I refuse to take damage. It is not on brand for me to take damage. You should know who I am by now, but I am Vergil, the Demon Slayer, and the one who will defeat Dante. Eventually, you'll see in Devil May Cry 6 that eventually I will defeat Dante. Then you'll feel foolish. Foolishness. Finally. That was a bit more damage than I was hoping for. Gain 1 strength for each vulnerable on the enemy. That's actually pretty good. Maybe I can get an item that doubles the vulnerability on an enemy. It is exhaust though. Let's activate Impervious now, because that's exactly what I am. Then we'll use Brand on one of the strikes and stone armor so that I don't completely die. Then I can strike twice. He'll never see that coming. That's actually a reference to a Persona song, if you were aware. Where's your motivation? Now that he has got some vulnerability, I could use Dominate on him, but that doesn't make much sense. So instead, I'll deal 10 damage? No. We'll use Brand, and then we'll exhaust my defend. Then gain 11 damage plus, can I do simple arithmetic? 11 plus 9? That's not enough. We will have to do 12, then 10. That's enough, so we'll use the energy potion. Now I removed... Oh, there's a second phase? Dante didn't tell me about this. Rip? What do you mean, rip? What is that supposed to imply? Here we go. Remove him. Now I can get my money back. And then we use Brand. And then we can remove defend. Actually, I didn't need to use that. What's this? Gain 1 more energy at the start of my turns. That's not half bad. Maybe I should use Shrug It Off. That way I can draw 1 card. Yes, that makes sense. Now what? Feed? Yes, well, I could use it. Is there anything that exhausts or gives me bonuses for exhausting? It doesn't seem like it. Now I just have to check. Where are my exhaust cards? I'm not a car, but I do need exhaust. Perhaps, wait, when's the next store? There's another one on this trail. I can always use that one. There's no point to removing any cards simply oh wait, actually, vulnerable. That works. This plays in my favor. Oh, and we did get an unknown treasure. As expected of one of the sons of Sparta. Now, let's see. What's in store with the actual treasure that was destined to me? Potions always appear in combat rewards. My would never heal during combat because it... Whoops. Because it is unfair to the enemy. Then again, I'm simply too powerful for them to comprehend just how powerful I actually am. We could use Brand, or I can gain 2 strength. Either one of these seems pretty good, actually. Let's use Defend. Then we dominate. Strike and Defend. Now with these cards exhausted, it becomes far easier. We can use Impervious here and Stone Armor so that the plating persists throughout the next couple of turns, granting me the... Oh. Well, this is awkward, isn't it? Perhaps we use Brand on Strike, and then we use Bash. It wasn't enough. This demon decided that it wanted a fight. A fight it shall receive. There we go. Behold the power of a demon. This is what the true potential of a son of Sparta is capable of. Add a copy of the 3rd attack you play each turn to your hand. Does that even make sense? Do I even deal? Wait. I need something that gives me energy for every card that I play. It's kind of looking like I've got a lot of exhausts, but not a whole lot of ways to do it. Well, I suppose I could use Pommel Strike. It is basically an improved version of a strike after all. Is Impervious or Dominate better? We can do this, then remove No, maybe I want that later. We're gonna get rid of the cultist first, because otherwise he'll become far too powerful. Far too fast. We'll use Shockwave, then we'll Pommel Strike. Unfortunately, I do take 6 damage, but that shouldn't be a problem. We'll use Impervious, and then we'll use Stone Armor. Now they won't be able to break through my defenses. Using that, I can now dominate. Is this enough? No. I would need to use 2. Yes, if I use this, then exhaust that, then use Dominate on him, I would still not deal enough. My arithmetic skills are worse than I predicted. Then again, I wasn't exactly calculating anything. Strike for the exact amount of damage. That's what it means to be calculated. Whenever you draw a card containing strike, it is played against a random enemy. Yes, that makes much more sense to have. Now, I'll become far more powerful. We'll gain plating, then we'll bash, because I know that we're going to draw that one weakness card soon. Oh, never mind. We didn't draw it. The game has stacked the odds against me. Shockwave and weaken? That sounds about right. Sometimes I feel like the enemies I'm fighting should actually be elites. Then we can use Dominate to gain 2 strength, draw a card, and attack. He is seeming quite weak, but actually, he's just preparing himself to be beaten even more by me. Okay, I've got 2 left. Instead, I will, use Impervious. That way it filters and thins out my deck further, and now I can draw a card and beat him. Whenever I say draw a card and beat him, it made it sound like I was Light Yagami. Okay. Deal 9 damage, put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. Not exactly the card I was looking for. Gain 8 block? No. Apply 2 vulnerable? Perhaps. That could be better than my bash after all. Then again, I just want to apply as much vulnerable as possible. However, what do I have? No, it should be fine. What does the store have for me? Start each combat with an additional strength. That could be useful. Deal 12 damage, the next attack you play costs 0. That's not half bad. That sounds like it would be a part of Demon's power. Maybe it was made for me. Armaments is also pretty good. Unrelenting. Or armaments. I could get both of them, actually. Let's take them both. That makes the most sense if I'm to play them. Gain max HP or enchant a card with Steady. What would I use Steady? I could put it on Hellraiser, but that doesn't make sense. Maybe Shrug It Off. Or Impervious. I could add it to one of those, but let's just gain max HP. Then, actually, I don't need to do anything else. No, that's not what I wanted to click. More damage, upgrade all cards, or reduce this to 1. I think armaments, because then I can upgrade Hellraiser, and then it costs 1 anyway. I think that's a faster method. Let's do Hellraiser. Then, let's do... No. We'll use Brand, and then we'll use this on Defend, and then I'll attack, dealing 7 damage instead of 6. Here we go. Here's Armaments. Gain 1, and now it's permanent. That makes way more sense to have Dominate not remove the vulnerable that's applied. Okay, well, I don't want to take damage, so I'll do this. Oh, it activates on every card drawn. No wonder. Stone Armor and Defend? I couldn't ask for a better combination. Oh, Pommel Strike is actually really good with that. Shockwave? Well, unfortunately, it does mean that he only has 4. But then I can use Beckon. BRB, Shower Gang? Well, finally, you're getting rid of the demon stench off of you. It makes sense now. Remove some of these. Then I can perhaps draw another card. Never mind, I didn't get anything that I wanted. We'll add a colorless card to hand. No. Volley would be the best one, but he has intangible, and I have to drink my tea. There we go. We'll activate Beckon, Dominate, and Defend, though I don't think it matters much. He refuses to yield by adding more Beckons to my hand. Unfortunate for you, I have Brand. Now, I could do... Yes, let's do Impervious. Oh, yes, actually, that was the only thing I could do. Now I can use Armaments. What does using Armaments with Beckon in hand do? Nothing. Fine. I get it. We'll activate this, and then I think it's just enough to block all of the damage for that turn. Now I can use Shrug It Off to upgrade my volley. Never mind, volley doesn't get upgraded. How does that make sense? Okay, then we'll use bash. And then I can use volley for whatever reason. How does that make sense? It's yet another one of Dante's tricks being used against me. Unrelenting, then beckon. Either way, we're going to be healing up to maximum by the end of this act. We'll use bash, and then we'll shrug it off to draw one card. Of course, I don't draw any attacks. That doesn't make sense. Then we'll use brand to exhaust that. And now I've got 8 strength. There we go. How does it feel to experience a demon's power? Primal Force, transform all attacks into hand into Giant Rock? No. Hellraiser? No, because I think that does the exact same thing. That doesn't make sense. We'll skip taking any one of the rewards. Now, upon pickup upgrade 6, or at the start of each combat, add 1 Luminous to hand. Or replace Burning Blood with Black Blood. That could actually be really beneficial here, depending on how I play. Perhaps with my demon power, I will take an elite route. Or I could gain energy. Actually, energy is pretty good, but then again, healing is also really good, but it also won't help me at the boss battle, meaning that I should probably take Luminous. Yes, then I can activate armaments and make it give me 3 power instead. Where's your motivation? Now, this way, this way, this way, this way, and then I can fight an elite. Then I can rest at camp, and then I can go back here for another store. Then I can go back here, then I can go up here. Wait, left side is actually better. Okay, this way, this way, this way. Or this way. Then I can go that route, and then I'm fighting the Knowledge Demon. A perfect match for me, who's also a demon slayer. A slayer of devils, if you will. I seriously hope he's not gonna steal one of my cards. We're going to brand, then we're going to exhaust one of my strikes. Now, we'll use Unrelenting, then do another attack. Watch as his health melts away. Okay, I did lose 1 HP, but oh my gosh, he deals a lot. He's gonna take my one really cool card. No, I won't accept this, and I just didn't draw a single one. Okay, fine. You want to make this difficult? I'll let you make it difficult. Receives 50% less damage. How is that fair? No. Hellraiser, then we'll do bash. Wait. Oh, okay. I can use Impervious. Now I have to hit him 4 more times to stun him. Of course, I don't draw like any attack cards. Never mind, I drew one there. Now I can hit him only twice more before he's removed. Oh, yes. Well, well, well. Now you know the power of a demon. Perhaps I should take Thunderclap. No, Pommel Strike is way better because I have Hellraiser. Because I raise hell, not Nero. I spend much more of my time raising hell than I do spending time with Nero, my son, who I don't officially acknowledge as my son. Now, I will use Shockwave, then I will block. And that makes for the perfect defense. Now that he's going to do that, let's activate this. Oh, actually I should have upgraded first. Then we'll exhaust my strike. And now we can gain more power. Here we go. There's Hellraiser. And then I can activate it. Now I can do Unrelenting, Pommel Strike, and then perhaps into I think just another strike. We'll draw one more card. Oh yes, that's exactly what I planned for. That's the power of a demon, a son of Sparta. Now I can use Oh, never mind. It's not gonna be enough. That would have been foolish of me. Foolishness. Foolishness. And then, bash. Now I've won. Which one do I want to do? Gain 5 dexterity? No. We'll do this instead. Whenever you lose HP on your turn, gain 2 strength. That's not half bad, actually. However, that only works with Brand. That could be good. I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it. It could be pretty good, yeah. Because I want to exhaust a bunch of cards. Actually, yes, we'll take this. Now you'll know a demon's power. Or you'll see much more of it, that is. I just realized that I forgot to mute Chaos Zero Nightmare in the background. There we go. Now, let's see. We've got one more before we fight the demon. We can do more vulnerable, gain 50 block. No, that sucks. We can do more no, none of these are strikes. Why would you not add more strikes to my deck? Or do it gain 3 block? That would have been pretty good the first... No. Kunai would have been very useful. Instead, we'll do Arduit, and then we'll put it on one of my pommel strikes, I think. Because then it can activate automatically whenever I have Hellraiser activated. There we go. That makes for a much more fairer fight, don't you think? Now, we'll use armaments and Shockwave. Make him weak and hit him while he's vulnerable. I'm bestowing upon you a lot of wisdom here today. You'd do well to learn this from a renowned demon, the son of Sparta, such as I. Well, that was, I got none of my pommel strikes, and there was only 5. Now I'm guaranteed to play it next turn. Okay, we will use Bash, and then we'll dominate. Now, I can't exhaust any card, but does it still give me the strength? It does. Foolishness. This game wasn't prepared for just how powerful I can be. Then we'll do this, and then because I also took damage, I will gain yet more strength. He does have thorns. Ow. Why would the game force me to take damage? That's not fair. What do we want to add to our deck? If you lost HP this turn, draw 1 card. That could be good, but it's not a strike. Setup strike, gain 2 strength? No. We will be using a lot more of the pommel strikes. Though actually... No. Wait, maybe. No. We won't. We won't. Wait, what was the stomp one? Deal 12 damage to all enemies, cost 1 less for each attack played this turn? I don't need something like that. I'm already too powerful. Okay, let's use armaments. Then we can use pommel strike on you. And now, we don't have enough. We don't have enough. I could take damage here, but I will use a potion instead. Now I can use Impervious, and I can use, Defend. That makes my defense impervious. If you catch my drift, it's a joke. Okay, Shockwave. That I can use. Now, what do I... No, I need to wait for Hellraiser. That way I can deal more damage. Here we go. Luminescence, Rupture, Hellraiser, into Pommel Strike. Stone Armor. Now I can deal more damage. This is surely the way Sparta intended. To become more powerful, I simply have to attack. Now I can use armaments again. Wasn't that easy? I think so. We can deal 13 damage. That deals 20. That gets rid of him. Though actually... Wait. That deals more damage than my bash. Unless I were to use my bash. No. That would be foolish. I could use Dominate. And then... use Unrelenting. And then... No. I can only use one of them. Foolish. Okay. This one's gonna deal 10, but I can't defeat him, so instead we'll use yet another potion for this elite. At the start of my turn? Yes. Perfect. Kind of. We'll drink the cure-all as well. I drew a strike, but that doesn't really help me. Then we'll use Dominate. And then who's got... No, it only adds 1 either way. Doesn't matter. Then we'll use Unrelenting on you. Now? Now, yeah. You. Okay. He's on 8 now, so that should be enough to get rid of him next turn. Or this turn. If the game would let me attack, why? Why would you not let me pick who my target is? You attempt to foil a devil's power? You would make me spill more of my blood. Shrug it off. Then we can use Unrelenting on you. And then that's it. I am gonna take a lot of damage, but I promise I will win. There we go. There's another one gone. Then we've got another one gone. It's like that one Queen song. Whenever you add a power to your deck, upgrade it. I need more power. More Pommel Strike 2, please. Now we can rest. Which will increase my HP temporarily, because I will be taking more Whoa, what's this? No, I really don't want any one of these. This sucks. I could pick Regent, but stars won't do anything for me. Silent is probably the most versatile, but it doesn't contain any strikes. Defect is kind of mediocre. We'll go for Silent. Add a card. And, all enemies lose 6 strength. That's not half bad. Then we've got a rare. Deal 8 damage. Whenever you play a card this turn, the enemy loses 2 HP. That's what I said. Or I could do Backstab. Well, what's the rare one? Accelerant. Poison is triggered 2 additional times. Weak enemies take double damage from attacks. This turn, whenever you play an attack, gain 2 strength this turn. I think we do Tracking. That one's pretty rad. But I've only got 1 card that weakens, so it's actually quite difficult to pull it off. But knowing me, the son of Sparta, the true son, and the most powerful of us both, Dante and I will be able to make it work. Let's see, which one should I use? None of them. I think they suck. Okay, let's continue. What's in this chest? What reward shall I reap? More dexterity. That sucks. At least I heal upon visiting a store. At the end of your turn, 1 random attack in my hand is played against a random enemy. No, I won't get that one. Maybe Gold Axe. Deals 2 additional damage for each other attack you've played this turn? No. Stampede is pretty good, but do I have a store coming up? No. I also don't. Okay. Well, I could add it. I don't know what the non-upgraded version of Stampede looks like, but I imagine that it must be something bad. So instead, we'll maybe take it. Then again, it is a lot of powers to be having in my deck, and I am playing every single strike, so maybe I don't need it. I've made my decision. You will witness a devil's power. There we go. We'll use armaments, and now we'll damage him, and then we'll use We could use piercing wail, but that doesn't really help me. So then I'll use defend instead. There we go. Now I take no damage and I cause him to be stunned at the end of his turn. Okay, how about this? We'll use stone armor. Perhaps. We'll shrug it off. Then we'll use stone armor and tracking, and then I will deal double damage whenever I pull that weakening shout or whatever it's called. Shockwave, that's exactly what I said. You heard nothing else. Shockwave, whatever it was called, and then pommel strike. Then we draw 2 more strikes, and now you witness a demon's power. What's in store for me, I wonder? Yet another pommel strike. How foolish of them. We can do another defend because I'm going to be taking damage, and then I will increase my strength even further. And then I will also do this because I want more strength, more power. There we go. There's my strikes. They simply cannot resist how powerful I am. Pillage. Deal 9 damage, draw cards until you draw a non-attack card. Actually, that triggers every single one of my strikes. That's really good. That's really good. This game knows exactly what I need. Perhaps we upgrade some of these pommel strikes as well. Or, what does this one look? Well, actually, I can just click this big button in the bottom left corner, and now I'll see. Draw 2 cards. Yes, I think so. I think we'll upgrade these. Or I could do Hellraiser. But I've got armaments, so it doesn't really matter. We'll do the elite. No one ever became powerful without fighting the powerful. And we get yet another pommel strike. Now you know what it means to face a demon's power. We'll use Shockwave as well. I just realized that I'm going to be taking a bunch of damage. Wait, is it any... Takes attack damage. Okay, so not potion damage. That sucks. Wow, you're really lame. I could use Luminous now, but I won't risk it. There needs to be something that doubles the amount of, vulnerability on an enemy. Then we can use both of these blocks, and then I will take no damage because I'm too powerful. Okay. Now, we use stone armor, then we use impervious. Please just give me Hellraiser. I really need that card. Why will you not give it to me? Please, one of these days. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. There it is. Hellraiser. Now I can do a couple more damage. There we go. This monster was not worth the fight or the challenge. Now you know a true demon's power, and I also need a little bit of a tea break. Give me 5 seconds. Oh my gosh. How do I do it? I'm simply too powerful. That's how. We'll do armaments, and then gain a lot of block. And then we can gain rupture as well. Now I'll become even more powerful if I do take damage. Keep doing pillage. Oh, immediately? Wow. You're foolish. Okay, piercing wail and... Yeah, that's not gonna help me whatsoever, but I'll play it anyway. I took damage. Does that not mean that I gain strength? Okay, never mind. Look at all of these pommels. They can't stop me. Unrelenting into bash. This is too easy. Actually, I will use my fire potion here. I'm a little bit weak. There we go. What did I get? At the start of my 3rd turn, I will gain dexterity and strength. Yes. Deals 2 additional damage for each vulnerable on the enemy. No. I don't need it. Okay, now what? Now what should I draw? Let's take another pommel strike upgrade. That way I can draw way too many cards. The knowledge demon really sucks, actually. We'll use armaments. Then, unfortunately, that's about all I can do. Okay, fine. Draw one fewer card. Please, oh please, oh please, just give me Hellraiser already. This is not gonna go so well otherwise. We'll do this, and we'll remove one of the strikes so that I can hopefully thin out my deck a little bit and only get pommels. Here we go, Hellraiser. Now we'll do pommel strike, and then we'll do pommel strike, and then we'll do another strike, and then we'll do health, and then I'll do pommel strike, and then I'll do a defend. Yes, that makes sense. I'm far too powerful now. You can't. Okay, never mind. I guess you can if you just don't draw any strike cards. We'll do that one. Okay, never mind. Then we'll do unrelenting into pillage. Now I'll keep drawing. Never mind, it only worked for a single card. This game was rigged by Dante. I can't believe he would do this to me. Okay, now we'll wait. No, we won't. Foolishness. We'll activate Shockwave instead. Now I can use Dominate to gain 5 strength on my turn. I cannot play more than 3 cards per turn, but I don't know how this affects Hellraiser. Maybe it'll be... No, I won't risk it. That would be foolish. Here we go. Watch and learn. Piercing Wail into Unrelenting. You will know a true devil's power. And then yet another Unrelenting. And then we block, because I don't want to take damage. And then we use Brand, because I want to deal more damage. You may deal 21 damage, but watch as I draw every single strike card in my deck. You will know a devil's power. Stoke, exhaust your hand. Draw a card for each exhausted. Exhaust. Aggression, innate at the start of your turn, put a random attack from your discard pile in your hand and upgrade it. That could be pretty good, actually. Yes. That makes sense. Okay, what do we get now? The first card you play each combat is played an extra time. Transform up to 6 cards into Maul? No. Every 4 cards you play, draw 1 card? Maybe. However, throwing axe is tempting, but we'll pick Iron Club. Okay. Now, where to go? This side seems pretty biased. I'm kind of biased towards that one, I'll be honest. Because once you go into these unknowns, you come out a more powerful demon. Welcome back. I thought I read that earlier, but I guess I internalized it, and then I realized just now that I didn't read your message aloud, Sister Brown. That's my bad. I can't believe I haven't broken this voice already. Perhaps this is a true demon's power. Being able to put on this voice for more than an hour straight. Oh my gosh, this one actually sucks. How dare you? We'll do armaments. Then we'll do pommel strike. Then I guess I have to use this so that I don't take damage. Then I can use defend. Now I can gain some strength, but this still sucks. Can I gain plating? Wow. Okay, fine. There we go. Some extra armor so I don't take damage and lose max HP. Foolish. Piercing Wail. Yes. Then we can draw 1 card, then we'll get stone armor. I just need to make sure that I get Hellraiser. Unfortunately, I did have to use Luminescence. And I didn't draw it. Okay, here we go, Impervious. And now, I know that next turn I will start with it, so I should make sure that I have enough for it. I don't know. Okay. We'll attack you. And I drew a card somehow. I don't understand this. This game is mocking me. Watch as you cannot break through my block. I will show you what it means to be a true Devil of Sparta. Well, thankfully they didn't attack, so I was able to get away scot-free. Draw cards until you... Really? The first one was? Oh my gosh. Okay, then we'll do Unrelenting, maybe? Yes. No. Armaments. Oh. Oh. That was really dumb. Can I undo that? Oh. This was a ploy set up by Dante. I refuse to believe I misplayed there. Okay, now we draw. Another pommel strike, another pommel strike, another strike. It's over. Never mind, I should have used Brand, then I would have been able to have defeated him there. Fine, you live for one more turn. But now I will exhaust a card in my hand. What on earth are you talking about, D6? No. No, Vergil can't do that for you. I will allow the message so everyone can see. Shameless. Shameful. How dare you use this kind of language in Vergil's chats? Dante must have put you up to this. Surely no self-respecting demon would ever say this. You should look at yourself in the mirror and think whether or not you should say that next time. Then you'll know a true demon's power. I thought you're strong? Yes, I am. But that sounds like you being weak. I don't help weaklings. Okay, now we just continue this route, and I think I'm good. I'm strong enough to beat addiction on my own, but I'm not strong enough to beat addiction, if you get what I mean. If you remove the shun part of that so I can stay pure, then you'll get the joke. Okay, we can do aggression into stone armor and pommel strike. That should work. Yes. Beat it, you say? Yes, like that one Michael Jackson song. Surely you know what I'm speaking of, don't you? Now we can use Luminous. I think. No, let's use Pommel Strike. And then he uses Strike, and then he uses Pommel Strike, and then he uses Strike, and then he uses Pommel Strike. Watch as learn from my gameplay. I will become stronger than you can imagine. Now we'll use Pommel Strike again. Never mind, I didn't draw any of the cards that I wanted to. Okay, I'll use Brand, maybe. Goku no diffs me. What does diff mean? I'm not familiar with this lingo that you non-demons use. It doesn't make sense. Perhaps you should try making sense before you spout nonsense in my chats. Consider this a warning. I'm more powerful than you could ever imagine or hope to ever become. Wait, was that power just random? Oh, well that's lame. Let's do Shockwave, then shrug it off. Okay. Just enough. Now you see a true devil's power. Dominate is a pretty good one here, but I can end this. I said I can end this. Yes. Now you know what it means to witness a true devil's power. Stampede is pretty good when paired with my other powers, but I need more energy. Otherwise, I end up in a situation where I can't play most of my cards because I'm, well, in a situation where I can't play most of my cards. This does not look like a fun enemy, but I'm not fun to fight. We'll use Unrelenting, then I can use Strike, but I do take a lot of damage, which kind of sucks. Please let me draw Hellraiser. No, okay, never mind, I guess. Pommel Strike. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose. Why? We'll have to use this now. Lose 6 HP, gain 2, draw 3 cards? Yes. It's better than dying. Here we go. Wait, my hand will be full. Not unless I use this. We'll exhaust one of my strike cards. Then I'll be able to utilize the full potential of my devil's power. Okay, never mind. I guess I won't be able to. We'll shrug it off. I'm just never gonna pull this one Hellraiser card, am I? Do you take me for a fool? 24. Okay. I still haven't gotten that one card. How is this possible? Seriously, this game hates me, or something. Okay, I'll save my Luminous for next turn. Hellraiser. Yes. Now you will experience a true demon's power. I also have to take a tea break because my throat is hurting. Tea break done. It's time to witness the power of a devil. Whenever you lose HP, say no more. I won't lose, though. That's not in my dictionary. I scratched out the word from my dictionary. So it's not there. Why do you deal 33 damage? How does this make sense? What? Okay, we're gonna draw a card. I have too many cards. What is this game? Okay, shrug it off. Okay, armaments. Oh my gosh. This can't be happening to me. We're gonna have to use Luminous, aren't we? Yes. Then we'll do Shockwave. Then I'll use Dominate. Yes, I should have seen this coming. You never stood a chance. Then I'll use it on... Wait, no. That would be kind of awesome, actually. Let's use it on this strike. Yes. And then I'll get... Well, he still deals damage, so let's... But it's not much. How many more rooms? Okay. I'll use Piercing Wail. Now you know a true demon's power. Screaming really loudly. Here we go. We'll use armaments into... Why did my Hellraiser not activate? What? Pommel Strike is in my hand. Did I do something stupid? No. The game simply doesn't understand. I could use Unrelenting or I could do Pommel Strike, but I need... Oh, this is a No, actually, it's not a difficult question. I know what I'm doing. There we go. Then we can brand and remove... my Unrelenting card. I don't need that to deal with you. There you go. That's the power of a demon. And, yeah, we'll move on. Now what? A bunch of paper? You think you can stand in front of Yamato without being sliced to shreds? I will show you what a paper cutter was made for. First, however, I have to ensure I draw some of the cards that I need. Okay. This could be really good. How many attack cards do I have in my deck? That is quite a lot. But it is it better? I don't know. Give me a moment to drink my tea and think. I've come to the perfect stratagem. Now I'll show you a demon's power. We'll be using Pommel Strike. See how I drew? Oh. Well, that was kind of bad, because now my hand is full. We're gonna use Brand, and then we're gonna exhaust Unrelenting. I could have exhaust Aggression as well. I'm gonna take a bunch of damage, but let's draw more cards. Okay, now I'll use Luminous, and I'll use Piercing Wail. See how a demon plays? There is no fairness. I'm simply too powerful. Watch as I activate cards in my hand now. You will know a demon's power when you see it. Did I seriously pull? Why do I start every combat without pulling Hellraiser? How is this possible? This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4? This is the 4th combat that I've drawn it as my last card in my deck. How does that make sense? I don't want to draw it now because I need to use Shockwave. There we go. Now I'll attack. Yeah. Fine. You win this round by dealing a marginal amount of damage to me. And by marginal, I mean it hurts. Wow, that tickles. Now I'll use Armaments, Hellraiser, into Pommel Strike. Please draw a oh my gosh, no, I didn't. These enemies really suck for being a normal encounter. How is this possible? Please just do more damage, thanks. Now we'll do Pillage. You will see it. The first card was what? How is this possible? There was like 1, 2, 3, 4 attack cards. Okay, it was 50-50, but you get my point. Then we'll do... No. Why? Why am I put into this precarious position once again? I will use my Flex Potion to... Almost... Yes! Yes! Witness a devil's power. See how I was able to navigate that perfectly. I'm here to inform you that Nero's mother is taking you to court for 24 years of unpaid child support. I'm her lawyer. I have no son named Nero, only a domestic abuse victim that somehow is related to me. You've chosen the wrong man. In fact, I was never here at all. Wait. See? If I'm not here, you can't prove that I'm Vergil. Therefore, I evade all of this. You've just witnessed a devil's power. Now, without me on screen, you can't prove that it's me, Vergil. Tell that to the judge, bucko. Good luck trying to find me. Foolishness. Foolishness. You think you can outmatch a devil's power? I'd like to see you find me first. Where am I? Could I be on the screen? We have Dante as a witness. Dante doesn't know what he's talking about. He's yet another one of those pranksters, one of those jokers. He doesn't know what it means to be a part of the Sparta family. He's simply a joke. What? Okay, I've been prompted. You, Vergil from the Devil May Cry series, featuring Vergil from the Devil May Cry series, are a voice actor with decades of experience under the belt and several prizes on your shelf. For the next 5 minutes, you are to give the stream your best impression of the best streamer in the world, Auger Rondel. I can do that.
Hi guys, I'm a demon slayer. My name is not Vergil. My name is Auger Rondel. I am not Vergil, and I do not have a son named Nero, which means that I can't be held liable for any kind of court case with regards to unpaid child support. That means that I'm free, actually. It means that you are unable to arrest me, you are unable to take me to court, and you cannot subpoena that. So, checkmate. I win. Also, thank you for giving me like a 5-minute break. My gosh. And I'm like unintentionally going back into the voice there. Oh my gosh. I do need to drink tea just to spare my voice a little bit here. Tell that he's owing my client 20 million red orbs. I don't know Vergil, nor am I associated with him in any capacity, so unfortunately, you're gonna have to cut your losses there. I can't help you with that one, bucko. I don't know anyone named Vergil, and what you're seeing on screen now is improper gameplay because I misplayed there, but also, yeah. It seems like I gave the chat the idea for the most evil redeem, so I thought I'd balance it out a little. I mean, you are helping me here with the with the 2 minutes. You know, when Silent Scythe redeemed the replace I or Vergil with the noise, oh my gosh, my voice was killing me there. That was like intensely painful, actually. I did have to refund it, so you know, because my gosh, my throat could not handle that whatsoever. But yeah, that gives me a little bit more of a respite to work with here. Either way, I mean, I was doing it for quite a while there, you know? Honestly, I was getting so into character playing Vergil that I was like half contemplating how do I even stop at this point. Like I've hard committed to the bit to the point where I wasn't even sure if I could break out of it, you know? I'm calling Tony and Sal to take care of that, Vergil. I'm not Vergil. I don't know who you're talking about or what you're referencing. This doesn't involve me, nor does it concern me. Therefore, I think you've got the wrong person. Okay. Man, this sucks. Man, this sucks. This really, really sucks. I really hate this slimed berserker. My throat could not handle that whatsoever. That's what she said. How dare you say this in my chat? How dare you say this in my chat? That is vile. The fact that you would say this to me is vile. And I will let you know that I will not be tolerating any of that from the future going forward, or in the future going forward. So think before you speak, because I will sick my lawyers on you, or some. I'm dead. This run was going so well until this one dude shows up. My gosh, how is it possible? How is this possible? Oh, that was such a crazy good deck. I mean, look at this. It really just screwed me over because I didn't pull Perfected Strike and I didn't get Hellraiser. You were method acting? I really was method acting. And here's a little bit of a confession. 1 hour before the stream, and the reason why it took me so long to get prepared, and by so long to get prepared, right? I mean that I was legitimately practicing in front of the mirror doing the Vergil voice for an hour straight so I could get into character. Just so that I could stay in character for the entire next like 2 hours or 1.5 hours. But then I realized that I was just hurting my throat. So it was it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I might actually have to end a little bit early because my gosh, this is painful. You watched Vergil Sigma edits for it? You know, no, I didn't. I did something even more peculiar. I opened up a wiki page of every one of Vergil's quotes while I was listening to Vergil voice clips playing in the background, and I was just imitating him saying it over and over and over again. And that's basically how I got to this point, where I was attempting to method act. So yeah, I was just completely stuck in the mindset, listening to, wait, what was the video? It's just him grunting while this loads. Devil May Cry 5 Vergil voice lines, 5 minutes long. I was listening to that on repeat for a good while I was reading quotes of him as well. So I was like reciting it, I was just memorizing what tone he does, but also like the difficult parts is that my voice isn't obviously his, so I have to adjust it a little bit, so I have to do more of a Devil May Cry 3 Vergil, where he's like,
kind of breathy like this the entire time, but then he doesn't go into this higher pitched or more projected voice. Did you think in his voice too? For a little while I was, but then I kind of broke out a character there. but now I'm back. However, I'm realizing as soon as I stop that my throat is hurting way more than I thought. So now this devil's power will have to be shown another day. My gosh, wow. I'm sorry if you just joined the stream and are realizing...
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry if you just joined the stream and are realizing that my stream is probably gonna end or something like that, but I assure you, I will be here tomorrow with more gameplay, fighting demons, becoming more powerful, to defeat Dante as I play through yet another episode of Devil May Cry 5. Goku will beat you with no arms and legs. I don't believe you. If Dante really wanted to defeat me, then he would have been here right now. But he's not, so he's afraid of this devil's power. If I'm to show him who's more powerful between the both of us, then I just have to spill more of his blood than my own to break this little curse. However, if he does show up, then... well, I'm ending stream for today, by the way. Also, apparently I've got ads. However, I don't know for how long those ads are running. I really need to add one of those ad managers, or whatever it was called. Yes. Oh, there it is. Now I found it, and now I know where to look. I will click and drag this here so I can more better track what it is I'm doing with the ads that are going on. Oh, and now it just ruined my chat. Oh well. Either way.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Running 1 minute 30 seconds will automatically ruin. Oh, okay. Whew. I am gonna end stream there because my voice, I'm gonna lose my voice and I need to make sure that I can at least talk tomorrow. However, I hope you enjoyed this April Fool stream. We did play like Chaos Zero Nightmare on its, whatchamacallit? Chaos Zero Nightmare on its April Fool's version. And then we played a little bit of Slay the Spire to ensure that I was learning proper stratagems and different tactics against Dante. First of all, learning how to not stare at pretty anime women while I fight is a must. In the battlefield, I can't be losing or distracting myself with such proclivities. The second one is that I played a lot of Slay the Spire to know how to deal with strikes and defense. Now I'll be able to utilize this in my fights with Dante in the upcoming battle tomorrow, when I stream Devil May Cry 5. But yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Feel free to follow to watch tomorrow. I do this bit sometimes and some other stuff. So I hope you enjoyed. And tomorrow, as said, at this exact same time, we will be playing Devil May Cry 5. I hope to see you then. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
And make sure that you learn this demon's power for next time. Farewell.